Juice. We got it, we got it. Juice. We got it, ain't nothing fake, that's about it. Juice. We got it, we got it. Juice. We got it.
King Nice.
You mentioned Howard, and a big debate that a lot of students, particularly African American students, talk about is HBCUs versus PWI. Now, you went from Howard University, probably one of the most prestigious universities in the United States, and you came back to Pensacola to go to a up-and-coming PWI, the University of West Florida.
Yeah.
What was the difference? Like, what was it like to go from an HBCU of that prestige to the University of West Florida? Like, what was different? What was your take on that?
Man, in any situation, you have your pros and cons, your ups and downs. You have what you're going to take and what you're going to give, you know. Man, there was nothing like Howard. The experience, man, was golden. It was golden, man. To be in an atmosphere where you're surrounded in a community of people that look just like you, you know. Just like you did and I did, man. I came from a high school where I was the minority, you know, honors classes, you know, that guy, the token black guy, you know. And so when I graduated, I was like, man, I want something different, man. So coming to UWF was definitely a big change for me, man. When I got here, I was like, you know, I'm gonna try and get involved a little bit. And it was just really, I tried.
You did. We had several conversations like, what's going on? And I was like,
Yeah, man. But one thing I honestly, I don't know. It's a beautiful campus, man. But one thing that I noticed, man, I remember being in one of my classes, and we didn't have our books yet, or not everyone had their book yet. I had ordered it from like Chegg or Amazon. I was waiting for it to come in, and the teacher said, please share with the person, you know, to the right of you. Everyone do that. And I was sitting on the end, so there was nobody to the right of me, so I looked to my left. And there was a guy, everyone else there, you know, my whole row pretty much had their books except me and like two other people. And there was a guy next to me, and he didn't put his book over, you know? And I was looking at him like, you know, are you gonna, you know, share with me, yada, yada, yada. And I'm not saying it was a racial issue, but it was really awkward. You know, I was almost like upset because I came from an atmosphere where
it was up for each other.
Yeah, you know, and it wasn't about, you know, color or any, you know, it was just about who you are as a person. You know, what's your mental state? You know, what are your beliefs? What are your morals? And then so to come back to a PWI, and like I said, I don't think it was a race thing. I don't know what it was, but I'm looking at him like, are you going to share, you know, your book with me? You know, and it was just the rest of that semester, man. It was just kind of friction between us, man. Like because I was like the only black person in that classroom, man. And I was just like, man, like here we go all over again, you know. And people used to always tell me that, you know, HBCUs aren't real life. Well, what is real life, you know? And it's not necessarily about, I don't think life, especially being in the workforce, I guess you can say, anytime I go somewhere, nobody really cares about the color of my skin. It's how I present myself, you know? How I'm dressed, what is it that I have to talk about? Am I gonna talk like a professional, you know? But that was a big thing for me. It really just kind of opened my eyes. And like I said, I didn't want to just automatically be like, oh, he's not giving me the book because I'm black. But of course it popped in my head. I'm like, man, you know, why can't you share with me? But I don't know, man, being at an HBCU, it's no experience like it, man. Like you have people from all over the world, man. Just
Are there other Caucasians, Asian stuff at like?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so they're the minorities instead.
Yeah, they're the minorities. Yeah. But it's a great experience, man. You have your cons, man. With just certain things, like as far as registration for classes was a struggle at Howard, man. You know, getting classes, different things was a struggle, but it was a lesson behind it, I think. But here, man, I registered for classes like this, man. Things are a little bit more simpler, but I can say here at a PWI, things are more kind of like up to date towards dormitory and stuff. At Howard, we had old school, you know, dorms, but it was a reason behind that. It was a history. Like I remember my freshman year at Howard, man, we didn't have AC. Oh man.
Woo!
Yeah.
Black people, that doesn't mix.
Man, crazy, but it really really taught me a lot, man. It really taught me, you know, to appreciate what I have, the smallest things. I think many times we forget the little things like AC, you know, or that we have, you know, 10 fingers, and we have, you know, just normalities that we take for granted every day. And that's what I took every hardship that I went through there, and every hardship that I went through here, man. I was the type of person, I took it as a lesson, you know. But I think whether you decide to go to an HBCU or a PWI, it has to be a choice that you make, you know. But I would say this, don't not go to a PWI or not go to an HBCU based on what somebody else said. Because I like French fries, you may not like French fries. You know,
French fries, by the
way. We all we all have our differences, man. So just try it out. Don't knock it till you try it. You know, I don't like the whole HBCU versus PWI. I think whoever wants to go to college and can afford to go. You know, I don't care if you go to PW, I don't care if you go to HBCU. Do what you want to do, you know. So that's my whole spiel on that, man.
I can kind of end all this. Your inspiration. What or who really inspires you to be this great Caleb girl, to really make an impact, to leave your mark, to change lives? What, who, people, it doesn't matter. Your inspiration. What inspires you?
Man. I can honestly say that my inspiration starts, it really starts at home for me, man.
You are a homebody.
My city, you know, inspires me. My parents, really my father, man. My father's my number one, man. I love my father to death, man. Growing up, anytime I saw my dad doing something, even if I told him, hey dad, I want to do just like you did, or even if I didn't tell him, like, man, my dad is, everything my dad does is like, man, I want to do that, you know, like, cause my dad's always been that kind of go-getter. Like, I've seen my dad, you know, try stuff and, you know, just different things. I remember growing up and seeing my dad around the house, like, just do different things, build stuff, or, you know, using a chainsaw and stuff. And my dad never limited me. My dad never said, no, you can't. I remember I wanted to drive at 9 years old, and I'm 9. And I was like, Dad, you know, I want to drive. He said, you know, get in the front seat, you know. I started driving when I was 9 years old, man. I remember wanting to use a chainsaw at an early age, you know. My dad he never said, no, it's too dangerous. He never limited me. So I feel like my dad is my biggest inspiration. Growing up, you know, seeing him and his faith with God, and just, you know, the man that shaped me into his sports, my faith, man. It's like, it's my daily inspiration, man, and I truly want to be, you know, just like my father, man. And my inspiration is all around, man. I'm a big reader, but I'm a picky reader, you know. It's just kind of like TV. So the same thing with reading. You have to be careful about what you put in your mind, you know. So when I was at Howard and I was really going through that phase of like what I really want to do with my life, I was really kind of down and depressed for a long time, and I really had lost inspiration. It's like I knew what I wanted to do, but the world was telling me, Caleb, you need a good job, you need to chase security, you need healthcare, you need all of this stuff. So my inspiration, man, I really honestly just researched different entrepreneurs from every aspect, from actors to people who became president to people who started their own business, you know, just different people, man. And one in particular that I really admire, man, is Muhammad Ali, you know. Just his inspiration. Not saying to be cocky, but the way that he was able to inspire himself, you know, it starts with here. Everything starts with a thought, man. You know, what you think, what you choose to think, you know. And oh man, I could just go on, but just, man, really just sitting down and researching and finding, you know, myself. That's where my inspiration came. Like I said, just wanting to be like my father, man. So every day, man, I just strive to inspire myself. The days get rough, days get down, or I get depressed. It's not easy being an entrepreneur, you know, because you see so many people, so many friends who are graduating college and they're going into getting jobs. They got the set path. And then me, I'm like, dang, all right, today I don't know where money's coming from. You know, it's just kind of a waiver, man. But I love it, man. Every day I wake up and I've got to figure out something new, you know. And I thank God for my partner Calvin, man. Like we inspire each other, we keep ourselves going. Like one day we're like, man, we're gonna go, you know, cut a tree down. The next day we're gonna be like, man, let's create another app, you know. Let's build a website. Let's do this, do that, man. So my inspiration comes from a lot of different places, but the number one place, man, is God. You know, my faith in God, man. That every day I wake up and I get on my knees and I say, God, you show me how. You know, that faith, because it's a test, but you know, man, that I can go on, but that's where my inspiration comes on, bro.
I can dig that. Well, Caleb, thank you for coming through for the Jews. I hope you guys enjoyed my boy Caleb. You can follow him on his social medias. It'll all be included in the video. Caleb Curl, shout out to him. You need any advice, you need to talk to someone, they want to hear more we had to say, pretty sure he doesn't mind. Like he said, on and on.
Definitely.
But yeah, stay tuned with the Jews. We got plenty of live stuff coming, a lot more guests. Make sure y'all tune into the next episode.